The reality of having first period is the blood stains on bedsheets. The next morning, when Van woke up, she found a large area of bedsheet stained with blood. At this point, she realized that she would have to go to school, and that was neither her bed nor her room. She sighed, realizing that everything happened last night wasn't a dream. Oppa, she cried, seeing Yoongi coming inside the room. Yoongi glanced at her face, but as he noticed tears, he panicked. What happened? How are you feeling? I have to go to school. I don't even know how I got into the team, and I have stained your bed with blood. I don't know how many layers have stained. I'm sorry, Oppa. She apologized. Yoongi glanced at the bed and focused on her face. How are you feeling? Fine. She hiccuped and almost threw herself in his embrace. I'm sorry, Oppa. I didn't mean it. Your bed is dirty and. Did it tell you anything? He kissed her hair. Message your mom and tell everything. She's busy. Mom had sent me her schedule. One sniffed. Your dad? Yoongi asked. I don't know. She shook her head. Yoongi sighed. Okay, get ready for school. And left the room after taking a few things. After some time, a pair of boys' uniform was sent to Van. I am not going to wear this. Van gasped as she imagined herself to school wearing boys' uniform. But these are the only pair of clean clothes. If I go to Grandpa's home first and then I go there in my regular uniform, it will work. Without wasting a single moment, she changed her clothes. Are you ready? Yoongi knocked on the door this time. I will drop you at school. Actually, I didn't bring my school bag here. Please drop me at Grandpa's place, Van uttered. Yoongi nodded and opened the door of the car. We seated. On the way, the passenger princess finally decided to break the silence. Oppa? Yoongi just hummed. Don't tell anyone about anything, please. Van suddenly felt uneasy, remembering what she had shared with Yoongi. What? Yoongi took a deep breath and asked again. What is the anything I shouldn't tell anyone? About everything, me sleeping in your place, wearing your old uniform, and please forget about that bloodstain thing. You know it's very normal for girls. Van felt embarrassed. Just remind one thing. No boyfriend, no guy as a friend. If you keep my request, I will keep yours. Yoongi ordered and stopped the car in front of Van's grandpa's place. Van got out of the car and walked inside her grandpa's place. She went inside and quickly changed into her regular uniform, took her backpack, and went to school. Back to present. Van took off her headphones, remembering the incident of her first day of period. I was so desperate. She sighed and checked the time. She closed her eyes as she still had plenty of times to reach her destination. She closed her eyes to dive in her memory lane again. Both of them hadn't communicated with each other since that incident. One afternoon, around 15 days after that incident, Yoongi was driving to home after his piano practice session at school when he noticed Van. waiting for someone in a shop. He stopped the car and silently watched her actions. He noticed when having a big packet with her. Of course, he had doubts. He grabbed her wrist and led her straight to his car, made her seated in the passenger's seat. Van was too stunned, but as she saw Yoongi, she thought he must be thinking to drop her at her grandpa's place. She closed her eyes, feeling relaxed in the AC. Thank you, Papa. She almost threw her backpack and also the package and closed her eyes. With no time, she fell asleep. Yoongi stopped the car in front of the farmhouse and finally looked at her. She was still sleeping peacefully. She was looking more pale, exhausted. He felt kind of pity for her. Yoongi was angry but didn't intend to disturb her sleep. He took her in his arms and carried her in bridal style into the farmhouse. As Yoongi opened the door, Van opened her eyes and found herself in his embrace. And suddenly things became awkward for both of them. But Van uttered. So you finally wake up. Yoongi made her seated on the couch. Don't worry, the helpers probably have informed your grandpa. So, Van raised her eyebrows. Attitude? I don't like that, Yoongi uttered. That's completely your problem, Mr. Min. Van said. Why did you bring me here? Have I asked you for too much, Miss Kim Van? Yoongi addressed her formally. What did I do? Van asked him. I don't like verbal arguments, Miss Kim Van, especially when it comes from the culprit's side, Yoongi said in a mocking tone. Do you know how to speak directly to the point? She frowned. The papers are already submitted in the office, Miss Kim Van. Yoongi gritted his teeth. Okay, Van nodded. You were my fiancé, Van. I just requested you to avoid having male friends and you started accepting gifts from them? Yoongi uttered. Which one? Van blankly looked at him. That one. That package. Yoongi pointed towards the package she was carrying while coming back from school. If I'm wrong, open it yourself in front of my eyes. Open it yourself, Van murmured. The teenager wasn't strong enough to face those harsh words. She tried her best to not break down, but couldn't stop her tears flowing down. Are you sure, Miss Kim Van? Yoongi asked again and she nodded. As Yoongi tore the plain wrapping paper, he found soft, rectangular shaped things packed individually. What's this? He started reading the instructions. Why did you buy Sunday napkins and so many? Period lasts only 4 days, and if I'm not wrong, it lasts 7 days for a normal girl, but I have been having this for more than 15 days. She finally broke down. Van, have you told your mom? What about a gynec? He asked worriedly. He wondered why the girl looked pale and thin. All his calculations and equations matched up. Mom took me to a gynec and the doctor told me to be patient. She sobbed. But in your eyes, I'm guilty of the crime I didn't even count. That day, the teenager was hurt. That was the first time she understood how does it feel to become the person of distrust in someone's eyes. Perhaps unknowingly, she saw her fate being attached to his before she could even calculate and decide what she wanted.